Mr. Aschmann, first of all, thank you very much for this interview. And I wanted to start asking, in your opinion, what challenges is the shipping market facing today, and what are the most important aspects to consider when managing a vessel?
Well, the shipping markets continue to be in a very difficult situation due to the low freight markets. There are many ship owners out there who cannot cover their expenses. The income is just too low right now. At the same time, we face throughout the industry increasing cost pressure due to compliance with various standards, due to whatever requirements on the ship owners. So the market is very difficult still.
The German shipping industry, similar to the Greek, is largely consisting of small and medium-sized companies where lack of funding, coupled with low freight market rates, causes significant difficulties. Specifically speaking, for these size shipping companies, what are your proposals? How would you predict the future of such companies?
Yeah, the smaller scale companies by definition cannot really benefit from economies of scale, and I think there will be further consolidation going forward, because for a ship owner managing a fleet of 10, 20 ships, it will be really difficult to do that in a cost efficient and operationally efficient way. Smaller ship owners cannot by definition employ the same number of resources like a bigger ship management company like Bernhard Schulte Shipmanagement, and to predict the future is always difficult, but I think it will be difficult for them. There is a limited period of time during which you can support a business model which is not really bringing the returns you require to run the business.
Keeping the discussion of on the prolonged low freight market, the consequences of which have become mostly appeared with dry cargo and container ship, I would like to ask you if and how the BSM group has been affected, and how do you handle this?
Yeah, we are affected, but we are affected to a lesser degree than the ship owners themselves, because our income as ship managers is not directly linked to the income of the ship owners. For what we do, we charge a management fee, and the impact on us is visible because we haven't been able to really increase that fee for a considerable length of time. And how we face that environment is we try to manage the ships as financially and operationally efficient as possible, so that the owners can benefit from cost advantages arising from working together with us.
How could a traditional shipping company benefit from collaborating with a large ship management group such as BSM?
There are various areas where they can gain, and one obvious benefit is that they immediately get access to all our human and technological resources. And these resources are huge due to the number of ships we already manage, due to the investments we made over the years into training our seafarers, into information and communication technology. That is the most obvious advantage, that the moment a ship owner decides to work together with us for the management of his ships, he gets access to all these resources.
The BSM group has a strong presence in Greek shipping market. How has this evolved throughout the years?
We have been growing slowly but steadily here in Greece, and we continue to attract additional clients. That may be partly due to the present environment, but I think that we managed to convince Greek ship owners about the advantages of ship management, so we anticipate that we will continue to grow.
What is the profile of your target customers, or better, what is the profile of the targeted ship owning companies?
We don't really have a profile. In principle, we can work together with any ship owner, regardless of where he is in the industry, in which segment, whether it's dry cargo, whether it's tankers, whether it's offshore. And also the size is secondary. We have a structure that allows us to look very well after ship owners with only 2 to 5 ships, for example, or even if it's only one ship. So we don't really profile the Greek market and say, okay, this is our target segment. Mm-hmm. We are available for everybody, and we try to be in contact with everybody.
Mr. Aschmann, now I wanted to ask about the office in Cyprus of Bernhard Schulte Shipmanagement. Tell us a few things about the office in Cyprus.
Yeah, the office in Cyprus has been actually the first ship management company that was founded by our shareholders, by Bernhard Schulte in Hamburg, and that was early in the 70s already, so there is more than 40 years of experience by now. And the office is doing very well. There was about 20% growth last year. We are now managing around 100 ships out of Cyprus, and Cyprus continues to be a center for ship management activities. I think there's hardly any major ship manager who does not have an office on Cyprus, so it's in Europe certainly one of the centers for ship management activities.
And in Cyprus, based on one of the biggest and better, I said, training office of group, of Bernhard Schulte Group. Tell us a little bit about this training center and the program of this center.
Yeah, the training center also has been there for decades already, not only years but decades. And we are presently going through a major upgrading program. We are just now, when we are talking, installing a full mission bridge simulator. We use it nowadays mainly to train officers, or I should rather say to develop our own officers further. And the reason why we installed this ship handling simulator is that we want to train our seafarers using our own procedures and processes. So rather than sending the seafarers to a third-party training institute where they would get a generic course, we can train them with particular emphasis on what we find important, and they use our management systems, they use our management procedures during the training.
Now we talk about seafarers. Tell us a few things about the nationality of seafarers that Bernhard Schulte Shipmanagement Group use.
On the officer side, it's about 50-50 between Asian nationalities and European nationalities. And European nationalities are predominantly East European, like Russians, Ukrainians, but also from the Baltic states, Croatia, Romania. And the European seafarers are the ones who get trained on Cyprus. Whereas for the Asian officers, we also have a large training center in Manila on the Philippines. And the Filipino seafarers and seafarers from Asia get trained there. And in addition to that, we also have a large training center in Mumbai, where we obviously train our Indian officers.
Do you believe that the European shipping industry has any possibility for future development, given the mentioned challenges being faced and the fierce competition of the Asian shipping industry?
The answer is yes. I think European shipping will continue to be around, and if we look at the news headlines, Asian shipping companies are facing exactly the same difficulties as we do in Europe. And if you look at certain market segments, there is no doubt that Asia is a growing market, also on the ship owner side. But if you look, for example, at the biggest container liner companies, they are still in Europe. Mm-hmm. So I don't have any doubt that shipping has a future in Europe and will continue to exist. It will not be wiped out.
And of course, European shipping industry is very competitive.
Yeah, that's the case, definitely. And we as managers with offices worldwide, basically, we have our offices in Europe, and they continue to grow. We continue to find clients in Europe, and shipping is developing in Europe. And especially over the last years, I think in Greece, it was quite obvious that Greek ship owners were collecting tonnage which was lost elsewhere.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aschmann.
My pleasure.